Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought we'd come back and have a bit more of a play with this journal that we have been working on together with the Tilda, using the Tilda papers. And obviously last time I confessed that I had this error where when I stitched the cover it's misaligned and the back is overhanging from the front. Thank you to everybody who's, very kindly kind of made some lovely suggestions as to kind of how I could try and overcome this. It is really quite annoying, and obviously when I first did it, I was kind of, contemplating kind of restitching the signature in and, kind of doing a new one. And I decided to go for it because I just thought, actually, sometimes I think people quite appreciate seeing errors that we make, or, that people make, because I think, we do all make mistakes, don't we? And, it's kind of nice to see that we all do it. And actually, it's kind of helpful to see, some things that we can do to try and cover it up or, work around it. Now, I don't necessarily have a concrete plan of how to walk, to work around it or, make the best of it. Obviously, you have all been really kind with your suggestions, and I shall take some of those things on board. But I thought we'll have a play today and just see what we can kind of come up with. So I have grabbed a whole bunch of different laces and some ruffles and just various things just to decorate the cover and kind of have a play really generally. So I mean, if you could see beside me, I have a whole bunch of stuff. If I can turn my iPad, and this may be a mistake because I won't be able to get it back aligned, but that's the bunch of trims and laces that I have brought here with me. Put it back. Okay, so we'll just kind of have a play around and see what we can come up with. So I have said before in journals, I often don't really decorate the cover until the end. But obviously this had been, bothering me. So that's why I'm choosing to do the cover now. I mean, that said, I don't always leave the cover till the end. Sometimes I have done it before, but, just generally, it seems to just go that way, that quite often, I seem to do the cover kind of towards the end of the journal. But yes, obviously this has been bothering me kind of for the week, and it would be kind of nice to be able to try and overcome it and see that it's still going to look pretty, in spite of the error. So I just picked up a variety of things. I thought this pink lace was pretty nice, not vintage or anything, but it was just in my stash and I thought that may work nice. I also picked up just a little scrap of some other fabric, just in case we want to kind of do some sort of collage or something on the front. And I've also brought along a few little fabric flowers, just in case we want to use any of those. I just literally grabbed them, some flowers that I had ready made, didn't really know whether they would work or not. This one, clearly it's quite bright compared to the journal, so that one I can kind of move out of the way straight away. That one I quite like. I don't think I'm keen on this one on this journal, so I'll move that one out of the way. So at the moment it's looking like if we want to have a flower, it's between these three. So we'll just kind of keep those to one side for a moment. And what I like to do is just kind of literally play around and kind of layer things around, just literally playing and see what grabs me, what looks best really. So obviously we've used this lace in this journal before. I think we used it on one of the tags as a, the tab. I also brought along this little ruffle, just because I thought the colours maybe would work quite nicely with the journal. So we could kind of have a ruffle on the front. Obviously I've got the lilac that we have used, quite a fair bit in the journal. you know, we could use that. So, you know, we'll just kind of have a play really. I don't know whether I want to use this fabric or not, because I do exceptionally love this kind of pink rose print that's going on. I'm just going to try and kneel up so that I can kind of, I mean, I can't actually see the screen still, but I can if I then stretch up every now and then. So I'm kind of better placed really. So I'll move that to one side. So if we were to just go with the kind of laces really, rather than that fabric, just having a look. I mean, we could have the ruffle as well. So we could kind of, you know, layer things up. And that's quite nice, isn't it? And then what I tend to do over the signature is cover it up either with some sort of ruffled fabric or kind of a wideish strip of lace, so you can't see the stitching. So, you know, I'm kind of thinking maybe this lace, not this piece because it's obviously quite short, but I have more of this. So, you know, we could use that there. So I quite like that. So perhaps what we'll do is kind of glue that on, because we definitely go, you know, for that. Now I'm wondering what to do as a closure. I quite like often just having it tied with lace that you can just, you know, discard and kind of move out of the way. But what I have done sometimes, and I used to do this a lot with my mini albums, was use this organza ribbon and actually kind of glue it on. And what I quite often do is glue it here at the edge, and then it's obviously covered up with the lace. Or what you could do is kind of glue it back at the spine, and then it kind of goes all the way round. So again, I've brought some ribbon trim with me. I mean, obviously now that I'm here, I'm not so sure about this pink because it is actually very, very, very bright. So possibly not. I did also bring this purple, but I'm not sure I've actually got enough to actually work as a closure if I were to glue it at the spine. I might have actually. Let's just kind of wrap it and see. Oh yes, there's plenty. Sometimes it's hard to see, isn't it? Hard to judge. But there is actually plenty. So we could have it kind of like that, and then the lace over there. Just because we have got kind of purple and lilacs and things going on in there. Also got these little purple flowers, so you know, we could kind of have one or two of those going on somewhere. Let's just cut that off. You know, just kind of having a look really to see how it would look before gluing anything. So, and if we were to have that pink lace down the edge, because that looked really pretty, didn't it? Now obviously this pink lace I would actually put, you know, it would be under the ribbon. So if I just move the ribbon kind of out of the way for the moment. And that looks really pretty, doesn't it? And then what we could do, in fact, is have, oh, that looks nice. And then maybe that pink or lilac. I literally am going mad, obviously, with the colours. Purple down there. Could have. Do we want the ruffle as well, or is that kind of too much? Too much. So I'm going to get rid of that out of the way, because otherwise I've just got even more things cluttering up this space here. So let's go for it and glue this pink one down, because I love that. You know, I've seen enough of that to know that I really love the look of that. So I'm just wiping the end of my glue gun on the tissue. Obviously the tissue is very layered up. I'm not wanting to burn my fingers, but I'm just getting rid of, because the glue gun's been plugged in for a while, you know, sometimes the glue can go a little bit yellow, if you can see there what I've wiped off. So you know, it's quite good to kind of wipe it so it's kind of cleaner glue that's coming out. I just put kind of a double line along there, and then we just glue this down like that. Obviously you could use the wet glue for this, but for the covers I do quite like often to use hot glue because obviously it's much quicker drying. And I don't know why, but for some reason the covers I like them to be dried more instant. I'm not sure why that is or anything, but it's just kind of something I seem to do, is on the covers often use the hot glue. So just bring that back, kind of just having a feel for this. So what we could do, let's just see if we want the lilac on there at all. No, I quite like it like that. Just double check that we don't want any blue. Obviously I haven't glued that pink down at the edge here yet, so I mean we could actually have the blue, you know, poking out from under. Look. No, I quite like it with just the pink. So what I'll do now is just literally run some more hot glue down just over a little bit so that I can glue the edge down. You have to excuse my fingers if they have blue on them because I have just been doing another video, a process video, which I explained in that video, but I'll just explain now because obviously you haven't seen that video. But I'm just trying to kind of get some in the bag, as it were, because I'm aware that obviously the summer holidays are coming up. The children will be at home, so I'm not sure how much time I will have to be working with my channel, and I don't want to let it slip. So you know, I want to have some videos kind of in the bag that I can upload. And also alongside that, we're going to be going on a trip, you know, our holiday. And it's quite exciting because we're actually going to kind of do like a drive-in, you know, road trip. We're calling it our European tour. Obviously it's not the whole of Europe or anything. But we're doing, you know, quite a few countries. We're doing Switzerland, Austria, Venice, Lake Garda and France. Very exciting, never done anything like that before. Obviously we've done driving holidays to France, you know, absolutely love those. But we haven't ever done anything like, you know, travelling all around to multiple kind of destinations like that. So very excited, but obviously, you know, again, that means I'm going to be away from my channel and my shop. So I wanted to kind of do some bits and pieces kind of ahead of time so that hopefully I will be able to upload those videos whilst we're away, or if I'm busy, you know, with the children kind of over the summer, then obviously I can just upload those videos so that I've still got things, you know, to watch. Yeah, so that's the plan. So obviously, yeah, the blue is from the journal that I've just been kind of doing on that process video, so that's what that is. Can't think what else I was going to say with that. I was going to say something else, and now it's gone completely from my mind. Love that flower there, so I'm just going to glue that on. That's what I was going to say. So obviously, as a consequence of the summer and the trip and what have you, I'm not quite sure how to do the giveaway because obviously this journal's not finished yet. And if you watch my channel kind of regularly, yeah, I did mention last time that obviously I'm hoping to do this journal as a giveaway. But I'm very aware of obviously time, and obviously I've still got yet to finish the journal. Now I could go and finish it in slow time, but obviously, you know, I thought part of the kind of fun was obviously being able to do it together and work with you on it so that you feel you've been part of it, and then whoever wins it hopefully has kind of followed along with the series, and they, you know, it will feel kind of a special place in their heart if they won it because they, you know, have a kind of had some input in putting it together. But that being said, obviously that means I'm not sure I'm going to get time to do the giveaway before our trip. So it may be that the giveaway will be after we come back. So rest assured, I am still giving it away. You know, it's not that I've changed my mind or anything like that. Definitely, definitely this journal will be a giveaway. But it may be that it will be after we get back. Who knows? The journal might not even be complete until after we get back. It just depends how we get on over the next few episodes, kind of as to how much there is left to do. But I just wanted to kind of mention that because I didn't want anyone to think that I was kind of backtracking or kind of, you know, changing my mind. I'm not changing my mind. Definitely, you know, my plan is still, this will be a giveaway, but it may be that it will be after our holiday now. Just purely going on, you know, timing wise, by the time I complete the journal, if I manage to complete it before, and then, which also, sorry, just going off at another tangent, obviously I'm going to be quite busy leading up to going away, so there might be less time to actually work on it. But what was I saying with that? Yes, so alongside that is obviously, even if I were to complete the journal, in order to kind of give people a fair chance and amount of time to get their kind of entries in, again, I haven't really decided fully yet how. I'm clearly not concentrating because I would not normally have done that in that way. I would have actually undone the bow and glued the ribbon down, but I'm so busy trying to kind of explain about the giveaway because that's been obviously on my mind as well. But please ignore my methods there. That would not be the ideal, and I will now glue it how I normally would. Right, so yes, just to give people a chance. I haven't decided yet how the giveaway will be. Last time I did one, it was a surprise one, and I just took the last X amount of weeks worth of comments from all of my videos from the last X amount of weeks and kind of put those names in a drawer. The giveaway that I did before, people commented and then were entered into the drawer. So I haven't yet decided kind of how this giveaway is going to work. But if it were anything like the first one, i.e., you know, you'd have a week to kind of make a comment and then be entered, then obviously I don't think there's going to be enough time by the time I've completed the journal and then get the comments in and what have you, that then once I did the draw, I wouldn't really have time to pack it up and post it out. So I'm just kind of warning everybody there that, you know, please don't think I'm backtracking. I'm not. This will be a giveaway, but it probably now won't actually be until after the trip. So, you know, we're probably looking at kind of the end of August by the time it will be actually be given away. You know, so I hope that's okay with everybody, and I hope that you all kind of understand. It's just unfortunate that that's how the timing has kind of worked out. You know, because I'm really thrilled, obviously, that, you know, my subscribers have really gone up, you know, so quickly, and absolutely thrilled. So I definitely want to do a giveaway to thank everybody for their support and things. But obviously timing wise, you can't tell when, you know, your channel's growing and things like that. So it just is one of those things, I'm afraid, that the time, you know, happens to have kind of coincided with the summer. So, you know, anyway, I just wanted to explain that so that everybody knows we'll still be giving it away, but actually the actual giveaway details and what have you probably won't be now until, you know, towards the end of August. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of make that clear. But hopefully we will have completed the journal before I go. But again, that can't be guaranteed because, as I say, you know, it will be quite busy. And the summers kind of have this habit of being quite busy anyway, you know, with kind of things going on with the children and, you know, weekends, kind of everyone wants to kind of go out and go to the beach and, you know, do things where kind of in the winter people are happier for not doing a lot, so you can kind of stay in and then I can kind of sneak off and do a video. In the summer it's not quite so easy, so yeah, I'm just aware of those factors and just wanted to kind of mention them because I didn't want people to think that I wasn't kind of sticking with the plan, because I am. It's just that the timing of the plan obviously, you know, is going to be slightly longer than I would have hoped. So I hope that that all makes sense and, you know, that that's okay with everybody. So, yeah. But anyway, that all sounded very negative and boring, didn't it? So I'll stop going on now. Right. So I think that looks really pretty. Now, while I was rambling on just now, you may or may not have noticed that I also got out one of my little button embellishments, because I thought maybe that would look kind of cute here. Almost like a little, I don't know, you know, just where the button is, the ribbon is anyway. Or could have another one of the purple flowers. That's quite nice also. But I think this looks really nice. So what I'm going to do, I will just make sure that this is glued down, because I don't want to glue the button embellishment on and then have that flapping around, because obviously that would be, you know, not great, because this would be quite heavy, if you see what I mean. I will just again glue this with the hot glue. There we go. Well, that looks really pretty, I think. So hopefully everybody thinks it looks pretty. And then what I like to do is just kind of pull the ribbons out and then literally take them and snip them at the edge like that to give them those little pointy edges. So that's that. And then obviously that back cover is still kind of showing. So going along with one or two of these suggestions, I think what I'm going to do is run a piece of lace along that back edge, so that when you can see it, it looks rather pretty rather than, you know, horrendous. Now the only thing is, I was going to have this corner pocket obviously on this page, so that may have to now be changed to something else, because otherwise I'm going to cover up this lovely mannequin piece, which obviously I didn't really want to do that. So maybe we'll kind of have her there instead. And we could always have this one here. And that looks pretty, doesn't it? So I'm just going to literally glue this on here now. And again, I'm just going to do it with the hot glue just because it's nice and quick. I love all these colours together, they're really pretty, aren't they? So now from the front you can see obviously this really pretty pink lace, and then behind it you can see the lilac. I hope that the camera is picking that up, but you know, I think that then looks really pretty, and you know, thank you very much to those people who kind of suggested doing that, because it looks gorgeous. And actually, I might even do that again intentionally now on a journal, because it looks so pretty. I love the kind of the contrasting colours. They look stunning. Now, I could now just run a piece of lace down here, just because obviously I've got this kind of unfinished edge. So just to kind of finish it off neatly, I could run another piece of lace there. Just have a look. And it's not really necessary, but you know, maybe it would be nice. Let me have a look. Yeah, I think I'll do that, just to kind of finish it off so it kind of matches the front. So again, I will just run the glue down like that. And then, oops, use this lace. So it's the same as what's on the front. And that looks really nice. Okay. Move Okay. Yes, I don't know really where the time's been going lately. I haven't really been able to produce many kits or the tag bags and things. And again, I've had 1 or 2 people ask, will I be doing more? I will be. I definitely will be. I normally manage to list them kind of almost every week to 10 days, but because I've been really busy working with my digital kit, producing that, and then producing a journal to kind of, you know, showcase it, I suppose, I really haven't had time to kind of do much else. And as I say, because also it being the summer, you know, weekend time and things is, you know, taken up more than it would be kind of at other times of the year. So I will obviously do some more kits and tag bags, but it's just kind of getting around to them. So definitely will be doing them, and yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later. So I'm loving the cover now, and yes, I don't feel that that's concerning me now, where it had been obviously annoying me for the week. So I'm feeling quite happy now with it. Now I'm just going to check what the time is to see. Right, we're up to 26 minutes, I think. So we've probably got time to do maybe, you know, 1 or 2 more things. So we could either glue a couple of items in, or we could, you know, maybe make 1 or 2 more things. So let's have a look through. And as I said before, you know, there are actually surprisingly quite a few pages still to go, which is, you know, a little bit disappointing really, but let's have a look. I sometimes feel that way with journals, you know, they take a lot of filling, don't they? You know, sometimes I, you know, kind of think, oh gosh, still got pages to fill. So yeah, there's still quite a few pages. So I'm just kind of holding these things around so that I can just get a feel for where things are going. And we talked last time about the signature, which I'm not 100% sure yet what to put there. So, right, we've got a few pages there which still need things. So now, literally, we've probably got time to do kind of 1 more thing. So it's getting very, very hot in my son's bedroom because I'm up here obviously with the door shut. It's actually getting very, very, very hot in here. It was over 30 degrees this weekend, which, you know, that's quite unusual obviously for the UK. And it just suddenly seems to get hot over here. So we were all unprepared for it, and then we all struggle in it. So yeah, and obviously no houses have, or very few, certainly my house doesn't have air conditioning or anything. So you know, it gets really incredibly hot upstairs, obviously in our house. Well, in most people's houses, I would imagine. And yeah, it's, I'm not complaining, because obviously it's nice to have the nice weather, but I think we're just not really used to it. And so now I'm in his room doing this video, getting incredibly hot. So I can't keep going for much longer just because I'm very hot. There we go. And then this afternoon, I'm going to have to go shopping to buy bits for the holiday. I've got a list of things, you know. My son needs flip-flops and he needs a couple more t-shirts. My daughter needs flip-flops. You know, kind of all those kinds of things that we just need to make sure that we've all got all the things that we need. So, yeah, that's what we're doing this afternoon. So no doubt the shops will be boiling. So I'd rather not really go, but I don't know really when else I will do it. And to be honest, this weather might be here now until we go, so might as well just go and do it and, you know, bite the bullet, so to speak. So I have got these little envelopes, which I could kind of have it there on that. So it's not got a great deal of space around there. Let's just see what it would be like on this one. Maybe on that one would be better. Just see if I've got any more of the pink paper. We might have used it up last week. We could use this, I suppose. Which this is just the rear side, obviously, of this one. If I were to use that. What I could do is just cut this down slightly more. It's funny, really, how you change, isn't it? I mean, kind of, I used to absolutely love shopping, and nothing better than a kind of day's shopping. But I don't really enjoy it anymore. I think the shops, you know, despite the death of the high street, they're often really busy, and, you know, I hate paying for parking because it's just so extortionate, and I'm sure that's a lot to do with what's killing the high street anyway, because the parking's so expensive. You know, and all those kinds of things just put me off, to be honest, and make me just dread going. Now I'm just wondering whether to have this on the envelope or actually make more of a feature of it like that. We could just more have it as a tuck spot. Just check what we've got. So we've got an envelope here. They're not envelopes, are they? Got a card here. We've got a book page pocket. This is an envelope pocket. And then these are just kind of, right, okay. So we haven't really got a great deal of envelopes going on in here, have we? Now just, do we think the envelope actually adds anything to it, or is it nicer actually the pink against the green like that on the page? It's quite nice, just the green against, or the pink against the green, I can't help but feel. But then having said that, we could tie this up in my favourite thing, you know, actually having it tied up and more like a booklet. Might be kind of nice. Let's have a look. Which way round would we stick it? I don't think this way round, because again, this is the kind of curved side of the page. Unless we had it on the other side. Should we get it? Well, it probably doesn't really matter a great deal, does it? But maybe too heavy, so I'm not going to go with the envelope. I'm actually just going to kind of stick it on to that. So let's just check that we think that's quite straight. It looks quite straight to me. So I'm just going to glue her on. Oops. The glue's been laying down on its side, so now it's kind of not drying up, but you know, run up the bottle. Just pop that like that. Just have her like that. Okay. Had a lovely day yesterday. It was my auntie's 80th birthday, and my mum and dad had a garden party for her. That was what she wanted to do, was she wanted to have a garden party. So that was really nice, and I saw my cousin, who, you know, kind of don't really see very often, so that was nice. And yeah, obviously it was a lovely hot day, so that was really lovely, you know, that it was lovely weather. And then what we could do, I quite like the thumb holes, so I'll just check whether I've got my circle punch, and I'll just put a thumb hole in the side, because I do like the thumb hole things. So I'll just pop that in there. obviously we could have the tape measure going across. Yes, I think some families kind of get together all the time, don't they? And, you know, that's really nice. We kind of don't really. I think people are quite spread about these days, and, you know, it's hard. People are busy. So kind of people don't necessarily get together as much as kind of they used to. But it's nice to kind of, you know, get together and see people, isn't it? My mum and dad had their, I mean, I say paddling pool, they're not really paddling pools these days, are they? Because they're obviously a lot bigger than paddling pools. But, you know, that's kind of just what we used to call them, isn't it? I don't know what they're actually called now, but anyway, they're pool. They put their pool up. So all the kind of young kids, that was, you know, obviously my youngest and my nephew, who's 5, and then my cousin's children, who I think were 4 and 7. So they were all in and out the pool, you know, for the afternoon. So that was really nice. They were all having great fun. I have to say my daughter was so tired. She obviously fell asleep in the car on the way home. And yeah, I was still tired this morning, so because we stayed there till about 6:30, I think. You know, quite late for a Sunday anyway. So yeah, it was nice. It was a nice day. Obviously everyone ate lots of food, and there was lots of cakes and scones and, you know, yummy things. So that was all really nice too. Just having a look through the laces here to see what lace trim we might want on this one. And actually maybe the blue might be quite nice. Just kind of thinking as a nice kind of contrast, and not going with the obvious, you know, is kind of fun sometimes, isn't it? To just mix things up a little bit. Actually, and I wonder whether I could do, now this lace was quite wide, so what I've done was obviously cut it down. Actually what you can do is just then tear it. It tears reasonably well. So what I could do is actually, I don't know whether this is going to look good or not, but maybe layer it kind of so we've got a double piece of lace. That's quite nice, isn't it? I quite like that. Oops, I'm just fidgeting around on the chair. I'm no longer kneeling up because my leg was beginning to go dead, so I can no longer see in the screen. So I just pray that I am in frame. Just really hope that I am. Just got my tub of buttons here again. So I'm just seeing, not tub, sorry, bag of buttons here again. Just seeing whether I've got any buttons that might look pretty with this. Let's have a look. I was very excited last week, obviously, when I finally completed my first digital kit. So I just want to say thank you so much to those people who commented on the video, you know, have favoured it in my shop, and obviously those people who bought the kit. So thank you very much, because obviously, you know, I felt kind of nervous, kind of excited, kind of nervous for the launch of it. You know, obviously you want people to like it. When you've put in quite a, you know, lot of work and kind of you feel pleased with it, you hope that other people are. So yes, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, because it really does mean a lot, you know, because then it just means it's not been for nothing, has it? If people do actually like it, and obviously, you know, if they buy it, then that's fantastic. So thank you very much. I've got a lot of, well, I've got a lot of final copies that obviously, where I was constantly printing it to check that things were okay. I've got a lot of it, and also I've got a lot of things that I didn't end up using, if that makes sense. So kind of like first tries, if you like, that then maybe they weren't the right size, or maybe they weren't the right colour, or I decided that I'd used that image too much, things like that. And obviously I, you know, had printed them out a lot to kind of check how they were looking. So I've got quite a lot of, you know, printed things that aren't, you know, never made it to the final kit. Let's just say it like that instead of waffling on. So they didn't make it to the final kit. They were just my trial things. So obviously I don't want to just bin them and throw them away. So I think what I'm going to do is try and make some embellishments and things, and maybe put some kits together, which would truly be, I mean, obviously all of my kits are kind of one-of-a-kind items because none of them are identical, but these would truly be one-of-a-kind because some of these things actually never made it to the final kit, and so therefore, you know, they're maybe not even in existence anymore as a kind of digital download, if that makes sense. So in some ways there's something quite nice about that, isn't it? That you really do have then the one and only copy of something. So yeah, I thought that may, you know, might be quite nice to do. So that's kind of another plan of something I'm going to work on for the next few weeks. Again, you know, this is maybe pie in the sky because perhaps we'll you know, go on holiday and I'll come back and I will have forgotten all about them. Or, you know, I'm hoping that I might be able to get to some sales and things while we're abroad. Maybe pick up some other lovely things. So who knows, maybe I will come back with other things, and, you know, feeling inspired with other things, won't really kind of get around to doing it. But my plan is utilise some of those things that actually never made it into the kit, because I don't want to obviously just waste them. And I thought it would be rather nice to kind of give people the opportunity to have kind of things that really are one-of-a-kind things. So that's my plan. Again, just really seeing kind of how the time goes, whether or not I'll get around to doing it, you know. I will do eventually, I'm sure, but it might not be soon, or it might be soon. It just kind of depends, really, I guess, how life kind of goes over the next few days. So yeah, just waffling, really, just so you're not sat here again just watching this in silence. So you know, I apologise if it's tedious, and again, thank you to all those people who say, oh, you're not boring. You know, I'm not quite sure that that's the case, but you know, it's very encouraging. And actually, you know, one or two things were really moving when people kind of say that they like listening, because you know, that's really nice to think that hopefully you really are kind of, you know, brightening somebody's day or something. So yeah, hopefully kind of my waffling is in some ways kind of interesting or appreciated, or, you know, something. But if not, just feel free to turn the volume down and obviously just watch in silence. You know, that's also fine. So I quite like that. That's a pretty kind of pocket, and, you know, looks quite simple but quite pretty. So we could have her there, or obviously we could have her on that side where obviously the thumb hole would be there. So, you know, again, I'm not gluing things down just yet, so, you know, we can move things around on the final showdown, if you see what I mean, when we decide where to glue things. So I think that's probably it for today. Let me just see. Yes, I think that's probably it for today. So I hope that you've had fun. I hope that, like me, you're kind of feeling pleased that we've now got rid of that, you know, error, and it's been covered up and actually come out really pretty. You know, I hope that kind of that you all kind of appreciate that that looks nice now. And obviously I will come back next time and we'll do hopefully the last few embellishment pieces, and then hopefully kind of start gluing them in, because, you know, that would be fun to be able to kind of glue things in. But it, you know, at the moment I just loathe to, because I don't want to kind of glue them in and then think, oh, I would have preferred that there. So anyway, probably enough of my waffling for today. And as I say, I am going to be trying to work on some videos to do over the summer as well. So I will just apologise now because they may be very random in their way that they're uploaded. So I may be talking about things that then aren't in sequence. So I will just kind of apologise for that now, you know, just in advance. So, okay, well, I hope that you kind of were able to follow along with this okay. And thanks very much for watching. Have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye.